Me and the bunkmate. Yes. MPL headed down the hallway. Housekeeping?
Housekeeping?
Look who it is.
How'd you guys get here? Oh, look at that.
What's that for? That's
2
weird.
or 3.
Those Skittles? I want a Skittle. This is the room of the of the Millennial. This is the bathroom he uses.
I did use that one a few times last night.
Wow.
San Diego water.
This is where the king sleeps.
No, it's just me.
Oh. He did tuck us into bed last night, though. Guess I should call him Dad. Where are we?
We are in no, not Indio.
Thermal,
California.
like the racetrack.
Like the racetrack at Aziz Farms. And Mark,
you ever have a problem with getting a date?
not for a while.
Not for a while.
No.
What's the other T-shirt? Oh, master dater.
You have a shirt that says that?
So we're at Aziz Farms now. But
3 people in the world that have a master dater T-shirt.
their specialty, but so specialty.
Right, me? The lead singer for Nickelback.
Yes.
Of course.
And Guy Fieri.
For real?
For real.
Jeez.
Those are the 3 people that have a master dater T-shirt.
Our dates are your specialty.
Yes.
But what else do you do?
We pack vegetables as well. I have a company called CV Harvest Box. We deliver them to local customers, local produce, local customers. Then we also pack for a couple of school districts out here.
Nice.
So supply the school students with local produce, local vegetables, fruits. And then we have an event space here called the Pack House at Aziz Farms.
Is it weird to say we ate his dates last night?
The operation, we pack all the dates. We harvest the dates from the tail end of July until about the beginning of October. And we store dates in freezers. So when they come out of the field, they get stored in the freezer. It's a really good way to keep the sugar from rising up to the surface. Sometimes if they get too moist, the sugars will come to the top and it'll have these little white spots on it.
Yeah.
Looks like mold, perfectly good for you. It's just the sugar's kind of seeping out. So the freezer helps stop that from happening. It's also a really good kind of natural kill step in case there's any infestation in the dates.
Okay.
There's a type of moth that likes to lay its eggs up in date palms. So instead of fumigating or adding any chemicals, we just throw them in 0-degree temperatures and everything dies.
Yeah.
There's about 8 different grades. The date comes from the same tree, but there's just different grades on the tree. And that's what they're picking out, changing them up. That's why there's different boxes for the different grades. These are going to Detroit.
All of these will go to Detroit. How many pallets will be on that truck?
20.
20 of them. And so the different colored boxes. So are they for different stores, different grades?
Different grades. This is, so we do a lot of custom pack for some of our customers.
Yep.
Right, so this is their brand, their color, all of that stuff. Our brand is primarily green and gold.
Okay.
I'll have some boxes for you guys that you can take with you. Dates don't ever fully freeze because their sugar content's too high, right? So even one that's frozen, you can eat right away. This is our generic
I wasn't
box.
expecting it to be so cold when we walked in here with the open doors.
That's our generic box there. And you can see, even though they're frozen, they're still soft and malleable because they don't freeze all the way.
And you said 0 degrees you keep this?
0 degrees, there's one of them we keep at like -5. but primarily 0. And then we've got another freezer that has all the other pallets in Los Angeles. So they'll hold a lot of field run pallets for us. Then we'll bring them here, keep them in the freezer, and then as we pack, we put them back in here.
So it's another location where you've got some product sitting. Okay.
Just
Is that because you're harvesting up there?
No, it's just I don't have enough space.
Oh.
We bring in probably close to 700 field run pallets every season.
Yeah.
And these only fit 18 apiece.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh.
So is that just like a warehouse?
Yeah.
Okay. You're renting the space for them to keep there? Gotcha.
So Mark has built this venue. He loves community stuff. They're working with schools. They're supplying children with meals. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that, especially during the pandemic. So he put this pond in, which is behind me. We had a romantic walk around it last night. But they put on weddings, and he put fish in there so his kids can fish.
Yes. Very nice back here.
So this place we call the Pack House at Aziz Farms. We built it out as more of an event venue. This is for weddings, corporate events. I'm hoping for festivals like Coachella Fest. Some of the brands that come into town, they'll rent this. They like to rent different estates and different areas to throw parties. It's also what I believe could turn into something that we really need out here, which is some form of agro-tourism component.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have much of that out here in the Coachella Valley.
We're doing it virtually right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, there you go. We plan on planting this field. We're reconditioning the soil out here. This reservoir is what feeds that field.
This reservoir?
This reservoir here, so we get canal water that fills this reservoir from the Colorado River.
Yeah.
And then there's a pump station behind you with those orange filters.
Okay.
And then it comes all the way back out to the field here. Right now we're in the process of leaching the soil in the field. It's a little too salty. They were using it as a pasture, so the fertilizer on top was a little bit too hot.
Yep.
Didn't fully decompose. So we're working on pushing a lot of that down to the bottom. Leach it, and then
This is not real grass, right?
It's fake turf.
Oh, yeah, that got my attention.
Yeah, this area is what we envision people would use to set up their tables, chairs, tents.
Okay.
Really pretty at night. We even put a white sand beach.
I see that.
Because, you know, if you're going to have a lake, might as well have a white sand beach.
You may as well.
Mark,
right.
on the maps, when I looked up to get here, it was like an old photo. I was like, this is not the place. I think there's a house right here.
Yeah.
How long has this whole facility been here?
So we bought this property 2 years ago.
Oh.
The previous owners did not view the land the same way I did, would be the best way of putting it. It was a landscaping company, so they were using this, I think, as kind of their dump.
Oh,
It took 40 truckloads to haul all the trash out of here.
wow.
Did you just take it up the road to Slab City?
And that would have been a smart idea. Unfortunately, I took it to a dump.
Had
That
to
would have
pay.
been a smart and free idea. Where were you like a year and a half ago?
And you could have advertised, I'm helping hippies.
It's our...
So I just got dared to, I don't know how to say this without my dad being too embarrassed, to put my Daisy Dukes on and swim across this massive lake. There's nothing dangerous in there, is there? Snapping turtles? Sharks? Gators? Hippos?
We just got rid of the hippo.
Just got rid of the hippo. He's a liar. Oh, walking over to put my Daisy Dukes on. I think this camera's waterproof. It's about to get interesting.
Damn it, Trevor, we can't take you anywhere.
Whoa, that's cold. I'm gonna catch a fish.
I missed him.
That water was cold. So it was a lot colder than I thought it would be. Probably in the water's probably in the 20s. No, 20s freezing. So it's probably, what's freezing? 32. It's probably 33 degrees because there wasn't much ice. There might not have been any ice, but it was a lot colder than Mark originally told me it was. I still did it and changed.
I got it on video.
He got it on video. I will forever be in his memory. So we are now, we're at a school. We're gonna deliver packed food for the children. Mostly dates, right?
I think so,
I think
yeah.
it's, well, but he says they pack all sorts of things now. So dates and other food, vegetables, a lot of vegetables. Produce is what they pack and deliver to these schools every day. I think it's every day.
I don't know if it's every day or if it's a weekly. I don't know. We'll
Today's
find
Monday. Maybe it's just weekly. Awesome. Let's go unload some. There's a packing truck. We're gonna unload it. Think they'll let us use a forklift?
out. No. Is that actually the truck, or are you just saying that?
That's the truck. He just turned
it is?
around. Yeah.
Once a week, Desert Sands has graciously ordered local produce from us, and we deliver here at the district office. Carlos is the man behind the central kitchen, and then Dan is in charge of all nutrition services.
Okay.
So these two gentlemen are the ones that help us keep local produce flowing through the school districts.
And it's a once a week delivery. Every Monday, or?
For now, every morning.
For now?
Morning.
Okay.
For now.
And it's coming, a lot of it comes
That means
right through
more's
right through your pack house.
Yeah, so we receive it all into our pack house, and either we pack it depending on what we're harvesting,
Yep.
or we have other farms that are packing for us as well. So the program's really kind of grown and blossomed over the past 2 years. So we had a lot of dates kind of left over that were being used for restaurants and hotels and cruise ships. And my wife works for one of the local school districts as an assistant principal. She was handing out a lot of meals every day, and we needed to sell dates. And unfortunately for us, Dan behind you was willing to jump in and say, yeah, we can use some dates. We need more food, and it's ended up becoming a really good thing for all of us. You know, we've got produce now, and with all the supply chain issues, because we're right here, we've been able to fulfill every single order that any of the school districts have thrown at us, even when a lot of their broadline suppliers haven't been able to fill those orders.
And so you've got local farmers, producers, supplying the local school.
Absolutely. To the local kids.
And you're not having to work it through so many middlemen.
Exactly.
That's
It's fresher, it's more sustainable, and you know, it's one of those things where we never shorten order. It's one of the things that we've been really proud of. So all the work that we've done with the school districts haven't shortened an order once.
Very cool. Nice.
Here we are at they call it the Palm Ranch. We're gonna trim the spikes off and do something else, because all of the harvest was back in the very end of this bull is friendly. Quit it. I think he wants me to ride him. God. Check this machine out. It's on a reach lift, telehandler, and it straddles a palm tree. We're gonna go up. And cut some palm trees. Date palms.
So Jose's going to show us how to do it, and then you guys can have at it. The flowers actually grow from the inside of the palm there.
Very.
Right? So you can kind of see, let's see, like right here, we got a flower from old. All right, so this was last year's bloom here, this little husk. All right, so to actually be able to properly work the trees inside of them, we got to take these thorns off, or else it'd be a little bit too dangerous.
So the trees do not want you in there taking their fruit, obviously.
They do not. I mean, this is definitely their defense mechanism. We've seen birds skewered on these things before. So, you know, these are pretty gnarly thorns. They'll go through a scooter tire.
Oh, definitely. That's wicked.
So step one of the process of actually growing dates is what Jose's doing right now, which is taking the thorns off so you can actually reach in there. Those machetes are specially designed with that hook on it to help it, you know, angle down and cut these thorns off. And then the leather on the outside of it is what protects your hands from the thorns while you're going through and actually dethorning. So, you know, Jose and his crew, they roll through here and just bust through these palms. The sharper the machete, the better.
That's a tool like out of a horror movie.
Yeah, it really is.
You open it,
Look at that.
and you can see the
All right, let me call
the fruit.
Not at the house.
You grab it like this, and then you do this. This is the fruit, all the fruit.
Look at that. So what happens if you don't come in and cut these? What do you call
No.
this? That's not a frond, right?
It's
No.
a husk.
It's a husk, okay. So the husk eventually, if you don't come in and cut it, will it dry out and break open on its own?
No, he's gonna break open himself. It's gonna break it.
The
So, yeah, it's on
flour
its
will
own.
push through.
Yeah,
It will push through.
Yeah, it'll start to
Okay.
crack on the top, but you don't want it to do that. You don't want the flowers to get too far ahead of you, because then the flowers will dry out and they won't accept the pollen.
So you're doing this so you can get pollen into it sooner.
Because we have to hand pollinate all of these too. So when he tied that other one, we take these little puffers and we puff a little bit of pollen onto it. So every single...
So without pollen, it won't make the fruit.
No.
Just like
I mean, it'll make some fruit, but it won't be very good quality fruit.
So it's a quality, and I'd assume like a whatever you would call a yield,
Yes.
tonnage, whatever. It's a quality and the amount of dates you want to get. So that's why you're making sure you're coming in hand pollinating
Correct.
rather than planting a bunch of male.
And on
trees out here.
this particular variety, we actually cut the pollen with cornstarch, so we don't put too much pollen on it, and that'll help us on the next step, which is thinning, where we go through and we actually remove some of the berries from each one of those little stalks that you see there.
Yep.
And Jose and his crew will go through and remove some of the berries so that what's left over is bigger. It's bigger fruit.
A better, more desirable fruit.
Correct.
Jose and I have the same boots.
Oh yeah, you guys do.
Good boots. That one, Red Wings, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
Those are out of Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, really? I didn't know that.
yeah. Red Wing, Minnesota.
Well, they can.
So in about a month from now, he's going to go through and they're going to thin every tree by pulling the fruit off. They don't want them too close together. So they thin every single tree, all the fruit off that.
So you'll sit in here on the fronds,
Yeah.
and you'll pick away at that flower.
How many men? How many people?
3, 2, maybe 4.
4 of you guys.
Up in the tree at one time.
Or more fast. If you were just one person per pump, it maybe gonna take like 2 hours, 3 hours to finish.
Yeah.
Because in every bunch it's gonna be maybe 20 bunches, and we're gonna live for bunch. This like 45 strings,
Wow.
or they can be nice ones.
Wow. So each tree will have up to 20?
20 bunches.
Yeah. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
20 bunches.
That's just on one side.
Yeah.
This is pollen left over from last year. We're going to see him, watch him pollinate.
I don't have a pump right now,
Oh.
so just I can use just my hand.
So are you buying this pollen, or are you harvesting it off of your male trees?
Both.
Both.
Just like gonna go like this. I don't want it to be like too much.
You don't want too much.
That's it.
And that's, you said, mixed with cornstarch too.
Yeah, we cut it with it's about a 50-50 mix.
So I don't have right now my strength, so I can use this.
Jose's going old school with all of it.
Yeah.
Here's some string here.
No, but I need a special ones.
Oh.
Special ones.
It's more of like a twine that we use, like a white twine.
That's it.
And then on one variety, what we'll do is we'll actually put, because it's much more susceptible to the elements, and we use pure pollen on it, we'll put one of those liquor bags on the top of it. Same ones you get at like a gas station that they put a 40 in.
Yeah.
Right? Same
Paper.
idea.
Liquor bag.
Paper bag.
And we put it right over the top, and then we puff the pollen into the liquor bag.
That's
Oh,
where
okay.
Caitlin Jenner.
How many of these are ready to cut?
One.
One? So who wants to cut it?
This is the male tree.
I don't want to screw it up.
It's not, you can't screw it up.
You can't screw it up?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Am I gonna get
MFer.
stung by a
Show
bee?
him.
No.
Jose, show him on a frond how to cut it.
Okay.
You gonna do it for him?
Yeah. Who's gonna cut it?
Go ahead. MFer.
I'll cut it.
All right.
turn it back on, Zach, or no?
Yeah, it should
Oh, it
be.
is. Okay.
Yeah, it's going. So when I cut it, then it's gonna come down, but I'll just hold it.
You can grab it like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not very delicate.
Grab it like a Johnson. He's Zach Johnson. Yeah. No.
You can see the pollen just
Falling out
I
of
can
there.
see it on the camera now, but it's really.
Is that bugging you that pollen's going everywhere?
No, I like the smell. It's got a really good smell too.
It does, yeah. I can hit the same spot.
That's it.
Look at that.
That will cover 50 trees, or this will only cover 50
This
trees?
tree will cover 50 trees. That husk there,
Thank you.
maybe, what would you say, Jose? Enough pollen for 3 or 4 trees out of that one?
Oh, that smells awesome.
Yeah.
It smells really good.
Just put it in the sun.
So you're just gonna let it dry right
Yeah.
now?
Maybe like all this day. This, you can tell it's a little bit right here. This is pollen.
So then you'll let that dry out for a day in the sun, and then you just shake it into the
And
bucket,
then
or what do you do?
go like this. Look, you see?
Yep, I can see it falling.
Okay, like this. When it's dry, it's gonna be a lot. Just go
Lot
like this.
more.
Look,
Wow.
look at this.
All right, it's been a fun day. It's been a long day. We had some awesome tacos at a sweet taco shop. Unfortunately, it is time to leave the date pack house. I went swimming. I told my wife we are gonna build a lake in the backyard now. Time to hit the road. We're gonna go see some dinosaurs and some other stuff. Hope that was interesting for you guys. I don't know anything about dates. Now I know everything. I could work here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I need directions.
What you're gonna want to do is go out this gate past that stray dog, and then turn left or right. And then from
Okay.
there you can head north. I hope we don't lose our transmission. That is a legit minor concern right now. This car's been acting very weird. Mark, thanks again for letting us hang out. This was awesome. I feel like I could run this place now. I learned a lot today.
Would you, please?
But do you think I could?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can do this. Just kidding. It's so
Awesome.
easy.
Thanks again. We look forward to seeing you again.